Good evening, wrestling.
Hold on there, Santa Claus. What's good? It's your boy Jay, the Whiz Kid, or actually the Heel Kid of pro wrestling, and I'm here with
Lewis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling. And this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Welcome back, fans. Happy New Year. We are back in full effect. A lot has happened in professional wrestling. Holy shit. In 2022, going into 2023. A lot of things have happened this year.
definitely
And last year, 2022, a lot has happened in 2022. Not only for wrestling, but for Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Personally, I just want to touch base that we took off due to, unfortunately, the death of my mother, his grandmother. That's why we were off so long. We took some time to heal. We took some time to get ready and come back with new content, and that's what we're here for. And we are officially mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Fucking A. Thank you. That's right, Kevin Gompy, mama. You know we still gonna keep talking shit about Madden, alright? So keep it in suspense, buddy boy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bradley. Thank you. We appreciate that. Happy New Year, sir. We appreciate it. You know, things happen. Things happen in life. You know, we got to do it. And you, what the hell is wrong with you calling me Santa Claus?
I mean,
just because I got a beard don't mean I'm Santa Claus.
How much beard hair you got?
I don't mean shit. Bless you. Don't move my mic, man.
You prefer that or Silver Surfer?
I ain't Silver Surfer either. I'm your dad.
You have gray hairs.
All right.
Or silver hairs.
Well, wrestling fans, breaking news. I don't know why in the Sam hell this man wants to do this. Vince McMahon wants to return to the WWE and then sell it. Why the fuck? Like, come on, man. Like, you stay out of wrestling.
I want to say,
don't come back. No, like, stay out.
Get away.
Like come on, man. Like, don't come back. Like,
sayonara.
Like that song says, yakety yak, don't come back. Like, stay out. They can't. Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Like, why are you coming back? WWE is in its finest time right now because of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Definitely.
But like, yo, why do you want to come back and sell? If you know your business is making profit. Like, you're making good money. You got these stars now that are actually making money. God, I hope. So come on, man. Just stay out. Jaden, what are your thoughts on that?
I 100% agree with you. Like, I don't think he should come to the company at all. He's old. He's retired. He doesn't need to sell it. Basically, his child kind of took over the company because she's basically in charge right now. So I really don't think he has any need to sell the company due to the fact that she has the company. And let's just kind of say if he was to sell the company, he should sell it to them, Triple H and Stephanie, because literally they're on hots with wrestling right now. They're doing really good, and I feel like if he comes back, that's just gonna go downhill. Like, that's gonna mess up everything.
Which makes no sense.
Not at all.
Which makes no sense to me. Like, come on, man. Like, WWE is at a state right now that everything's been going good. You got, hey Cliff, what's going on, brother? Happy New Year. And our producer and director, my lovely wife Yesenia, is tuning in. How you doing, honey? Kevin Laura as well, and Bradley Day. We personally, we like the way wrestling is right now.
It's actually
Vince McMahon comes back, it's gonna go to shit.
Yeah, again.
Like, my man,
He should
stay
just
the
make
fuck out.
appearance
Like,
at Mania to be introduced in the Hall of Fame by the family. That's it. Then I wouldn't mind that. Then if he was to get introduced into the Hall of Fame, then sure, by all means, come back and then leave again. Don't get inducted into the Hall of Fame just to stay. Like, come in the Hall of Fame and then bounce. Like, sayonara. But yeah, you know, I think that's what should happen too.
Well, listen. With Vince McMahon coming back, you see how everything. Okay, for example, WWE was going down due to these storylines that Vince McMahon was doing. For one, Austin Theory. Look at the way Austin Theory is now. Before he was, Mr. Selfie, yeah. Nah, fuck that selfie shit.
Trying to make
now you're going, you're actually molding this kid,
Into
this
something
gentleman,
good.
into something good. Vince McMahon would have dropped the whole shit. Like there was no point. Like don't do it. Like don't do it, because if you come back and ruin wrestling, that'll be the worst thing you can do. But one thing we do know about wrestling that was also shocking, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, aka her real name is Mercedes, appeared in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Holy shit, the hair she had. Like, did you see the hair she had?
I did not see it.
Like she had these like a type of leotard type. It was like a panther type thing, an animal. It was like an animal.
I didn't see it.
I'm like, wow, like that was pretty lethal. She cursed, she said bitch and everything on the shit on TV, and I'm like, wow, like how can you even do something like that? Like that takes some guts. Like you're already appearing on the show in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then the first thing you say is bitch.
Oh Lord, Seth Rollins is hurt again.
Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that Seth Rollins, he's hurt. But I think it's something he could recover from before return. You know, it might take some time. You know, before Mania. You know, hopefully he can.
What kind of injury did he get?
I think it was an ankle injury, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's another thing. Naomi is supposedly coming back to the WWE. Is that true? Who knows? Who knows? But with that being said, if Naomi's coming back, they're gonna have to do something with her. Because she needs.
I'm sure Triple H.
Listen, no. But I'm not talking about that. He needs to do some old school type shit. You left the company. You got to pay a little bit. You got to pay your dues now and start from the bottom.
But that's not really her fault, though.
How it's not her fault?
I mean,
did Sasha Banks, did Mercedes put a gun to her head and say, yo, let's get the fuck out of here?
Let me not say that's not her fault, but Triple H is the new owner now. It's like Vince McMahon was doing something stupid.
I understand.
I wouldn't. It's not like Triple H is going to start her at the top right now anyway. Like, there's many things going on in the women's division.
Of course. No, listen, no. And you're talking about the women's division. That's another shit we saw in 2022.
Wait, Charlotte's the champ again?
Yeah, she came back on SmackDown. She returned on SmackDown.
Dang.
And she came out and won the title, which means, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think that this is setting up for a match for Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair at Royal Rumble, and that's when Shayna Baszler is gonna turn on Ronda, and Ronda's gonna fight Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania. Carajo! Sorry.
Okay. It's definitely possible.
Hey yo, what's up, James? Happy New Year, brother.
It's definitely
Jamie Solomons. Happy New Year, brother. Thank you.
It's definitely possible.
No, oh man, Alexa Bliss. I'm loving her character
Alexa
right
Bliss
now.
Turned crazy
I'm
again?
loving her character right now.
Anything from Bray Wyatt? What's going on?
He's having a match at Royal Rumble.
Oh, really?
It's called against LA Knight. It's called a pitch black match. I've never heard of the shit. I hope it will be a good match. It's probably going to be a really good one. If it's Triple H booking it,
it's gonna be.
I definitely want to see it. Like I said, I'm still in awe with War Games.
War Games was amazing. War Games.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, no disrespect to the men, but shit, the women took the show.
Yeah, the War Games was good.
The War Games. That was the build up that's happening with Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch.
I agree. That's definitely the build up.
I am hyped to see that match because it's gonna be lethal. It's gonna be a lethal match. And you know what else is interesting?
This one is very interesting.
Mysterio got engaged.
I couldn't believe that.
No, what I couldn't believe was that promo he cut. He did a hell of a promo. Dave, what's going on, brother? That match, that promo that he did, holy shit. I loved it. I loved it. That was a younger version of Eddie Guerrero.
Definitely.
Like I
think
loved
that's what
it.
They were kind of trying to portray.
No, he's doing great. He's doing great. I love the character. I love every
father versus son WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
of course.
that's inevitable.
Of course.
That is inevitable. And listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they let him win, just for it to say that the father's passing the torch, or they might just do some shit like, all right, let's just teach him a lesson and do it. He said, who about to lose in Madden? Cut that shit out. This is wrestling. Don't bring Madden up in here, man. Many of you don't know. This is my son's godfather, Kevin Lawrence, my boy, right hand man here. We played football, John Madden Football 23, and we already challenged each other on the PlayStation 5. So it's been a lot of shit talking going on off the record of wrestling.
Dom versus Ray for Ray's mask.
I don't think that shouldn't happen.
They would do
I don't think they would do for Ray's mask. I would say respect, maybe respect, but I definitely want to see that match.
I think
the match has to happen.
I think they should do more so of a passing of the torch.
And you know what? I
don't want Ray to win.
Will the Fiend come back? I don't know.
I don't think
so. Like I like the Fiend, but after a while, the kind of character kind of burned off because Vince McMahon didn't know what the hell to do.
I'm about to say, well, maybe if Triple H was there at the time, then I'm sure he could have found many.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like now Triple H is letting Bray Wyatt be Bray Wyatt.
At the time, Triple H didn't. Vince McMahon didn't know what the fuck he was doing with him. Like, yo, leave his character. Now that he's back, I understand what he's doing because you got Uncle Howdy that attacked him on wrestling. On Monday Night Raw, and everybody was like, holy shit, why did he attack him?
Right.
You guys are missing the concept of what's going on. He's teaching him not to be soft. Like, go, kill. Exactly. Bray Wyatt needs to stay the way he is, god dang it.
And that's why I said Triple H is letting him be him. He's letting him be
Listen,
his
Triple
character.
H said it. He has one of the most crazy, sadistic minds that I've ever seen when it comes to creating a story. But I love working with the man. Shit, I would fucking love working with him too.
Right.
If you got a mind like that, shit.
Definitely.
Imagine the wonders he can do in any promotion. But he would do a better one. He does it better in WWE.
Well, since
the Blackout match is sponsored by Mountain Dew. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. You know what else is interesting? The match that occurred in New Japan, the Great Muta against Shinsuke Nakamura. Is that a sign of the Forbidden Door being open?
I think so.
Was it a good match? What was you guys' thoughts on that? Wait a minute, we got a question though. He said, you think Rey Mysterio Jr. better than his dad? I don't know.
Not yet.
Not yet. He still got some bone.
What about in terms of promos?
Promos, I gotta give it to Dom.
I'll give it to Dom.
I gotta give it to Dom. Dom has a hell of a fucking promo.
Yeah.
Like I said, I still love that promo. And I see big things. And you know when you getting booed like crazy.
He's doing his job.
You're doing
definitely
your job.
doing his job.
You're doing your job because you know what the people want.
Definitely.
And exactly, Kev. He needs more work. He definitely needs more work.
I believe the door was open once Vince left.
Yes.
Yes. To be honest, you're probably right.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
The door probably did get open
because it's what it brings you money. It brings you the fans. It brings you entertainment. That's what fans want now. That's what I'm saying. You gotta just come full fucking throttle. Like you can't hold back at all. Who's this? Moses Marquez. Hey, what's up, man? Smart Mark Radio. Moses Marquez, also of Max Wrestling podcast. Thank you for joining us. He said that was Pro Wrestling Noah, but it was really good. Muta's farewell tour has been awesome. Okay, Pro Wrestling Noah. I'm so sorry. Thank you, sir. See, that's what we got the fans. The fans will let us know.
Right.
Let us know, goddammit. You know what I mean? We say what we gotta say.
Yeah.
But it was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
Definitely was.
Two legends.
It keeps product fresh.
Exactly. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Right. Speaking of Japan.
Oh, we got a new one here. Kanye Lee. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the show. She says, Kanye,
selling.
He says, speaking of Japan, Mercedes, that's Sasha Banks. Yes, she came back.
She did.
David Biddle says, New Japan opening all doors. Nakamura versus Muta. Omega versus Ospreay. Looking forward for the Rumble. Oh, man.
I can't wait for the Rumble, too.
Shit. Like the Royal Rumble, it's always surprises. So, imagine. Yes, Bobby Lashley is coming back as a heel, and they bringing back the Hurt Business.
All right. Listen. Don't be touching me like that now.
I'm listening. Okay.
All right, so
Cheers!
all right, listen.
Okay.
Don't you have some hair dye to put on your head?
Shut up.
You know, like.
Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Moses says, glad to see you guys are back. Loving this new edgy feeling. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That's what we like. We want to bring a new content to the fans. David Biddle says, New Japan did Omega and Osprey. Hell of a fucking match.
Of course.
Hell of a
Without
match.
doubt.
Like, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was good. The fans loved it. And listen, I'm still in shock that WWE didn't pick up Omega, but I kind of have a feeling why they didn't. You know,
I mean, I feel like they shouldn't pick up too many people. I don't want them to be like, well, sort of AEW to the point where they picked up so many people.
Yeah.
They kind of stopped figuring out what to do with the people that they
and that's why everybody's leaving. Because
That's what I'm saying, 'cause he doesn't know what to do.
Because he's a rich
Yeah.
ass, he can do whatever he wants and buy any wrestler. But little do you know that you buy too many, you're not going nowhere. For a prime example, CM Punk, what a jerk, an asshole,
Didn't he
total
get,
asshole.
like, fired or
Like he got fired.
Yeah.
He got fired for his nonsense in AEW
Yeah, that was
because he
ridiculous,
wanted
yeah.
everything about CM Punk.
Everything about him, man.
You know what
Everything.
I mean? And CM Punk, and we're gonna mention him in this topic that we have tonight.
That is true. Brock Lesnar did have a lot of matches in 2022.
He did.
He did have a lot.
No, but you see.
I mean, he actually wrestled in
No,
2022.
but you see what happened there, though. Triple H was under control, so which means he knew how to use Brock at the right
that's
time.
Why I said Brock actually wrestled this time instead of just. He actually cut a few promos.
Yes,
too, and I've never
Moses,
seen Brock
you're
do
right.
that.
It has been said that match was put as the best match of all time, and it was an awesome match. Like two awesome athletes that you see, like holy shit, like. Why didn't go to WWE? And people fail to understand. There's many other organizations. It's not just WWE. It's New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's MLW. There's AEW.
Right.
There's GWF. There's many others. Many other promotions that are out there. You know what I mean? So you gotta get out of that span. That's what I'm saying. If that forbidden door has already opened, it is the best time to do it now.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure the forbidden door has opened.
Hi.
I'm sure.
I was saying hello to my beautiful wife. Yes, dude. Finally, people see Punk for being just a punk. Yeah, he's a punk ass.
Yeah.
Bitch. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it like it is. You can't, man. I'm telling you, it's a business, my man. You can't make this shit about you. Jay White to the WWE, that would be awesome.
That would be
awesome.
really great. Yes.
A heel like that? Shit. Wrestling was back in 2022. I loved all wrestling shows finally. Exactly. Vince McMahon, stay the fuck out.
Please stay out.
Sorry, please stay out.
Don't mess up wrestling.
Please, I don't. We don't need you
mess
here.
Up wrestling.
We don't need you
stay
here.
away.
But you know who did come back? Drew McIntyre.
I didn't even know he was out.
Yeah, he was out due to some medical clearance shit. It was something medical.
Something.
They didn't really specify what the hell it was, but it was something medical. He did come back this Friday, tomorrow on SmackDown. Him and Sheamus are going to take on the Uso brothers for the tag team titles.
That's pretty interesting.
Do we see new tag team champions? Do we see the bloodline officially beginning to crumble tomorrow?
I don't feel.
What you guys thought about the
I don't
bloodline
feel
for
like-
2022 going into 2023?
I don't feel like what do you call it? I don't feel like they're gonna crumble, but I feel like maybe this could be the start of a new tag team. This could be the start of Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
Or maybe Sheamus will turn on Drew.
It's too soon.
Or Drew turn on Sheamus.
But they fought her. Didn't they fight already?
Yeah, they fought already.
Exactly. So then, what if they? Okay, down the line, yes, maybe. But if they're putting them up against the tag titles, it's either one, Sheamus is gonna turn, or two, they're gonna lose. They're gonna team up, and then down the line, they're gonna beat the Usos for the tag titles, and then that's when we're gonna start to see the crumble of the bloodline.
Yeah,
that's what I think is gonna happen.
Well, listen, you can't deny the fact that the bloodline is the hottest shit in WWE
at
right
this
now.
very moment.
I'm
yes.
sorry, like I'm loving it. I'm loving the invasion. I'm loving all that shit.
I even like Sami Zayn. Like Sami Zayn is like the icing.
Yeah, by Mania they're gonna fall apart. Here's an interesting comment from Dave. Jericho gets the business making stars. Action Andrade. Punk wouldn't. Punk wouldn't at all. Punk is a
Punk.
punk. He's a punk.
He's a punk.
He's a punk.
Exactly.
James says Sammy versus Kevin versus Roman at Mania Night 1. Sammy wins, helps keep Roman strong.
That's pretty.
That's bold. That's a bold fucking
All
statement,
right.
James. That's a bold
That
statement.
one caught me off guard.
Like, damn. Like, but you know what else would be bold, Jaden? That our fans would share our freaking content all over social media. Bring your friends, your family, your cousins, every fucking person in here, because we are now MA viewers. Discretion is advised.
All right, Dad, calm down. Chill out.
Hey, I'm hyped because we're back, son. I'm hyped because we're back. Shush! Okay, back to our content. There has been rumors. Also, we want to talk about FTR coming back to the WWE. What do you guys think of that, Jaden? What do you think of that? they made a hell of a name in the hell of a name for
they made
themselves
a
in
big.
Japan
I'm about to
and
say they made a
AEW.
really big. I mean, hey, there's a lot of things I can see going on. You know, they could start a rivalry with the Usos. They can. There's many things that I feel like Triple H can definitely do with this tag
course.
team. So
Of
yeah,
course.
if they do come back, great, because I will definitely look forward to seeing what Triple H has in store for them.
Yeah.
So far, everybody Triple H has brung back, he hasn't disappointed.
No, absolutely
So
not.
I'm looking forward to seeing if he can do anything with those two. FTR, Cody, and Theory as a stable.
That would be awesome.
That would be really.
That
cool.
would be really cool.
That would be really awesome,
really
man.
cool. Listen, I was talking about the Hurt Business earlier. We jumped off that. Supposedly the Hurt Business is coming back.
Like
And
MVP, Bobby Lashley. What's that man's name?
Cedric
Cedric
Alexander.
and the other one.
And,
I forgot his name.
Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, Shelton.
Essemin.
Yeah.
That's what we got. That's what's happening. So
I wouldn't mind seeing them back together again either.
No, I
like,
wouldn't.
They're
I
a
wouldn't.
great. They were a great faction.
well, supposedly they're trying to put them against the Bloodline.
I could see.
I could definitely see that shit happening.
I
You
can
know what
see
I mean? You know what else I could see? I could see myself busting Kevin's ass and John Madden. My bad. I just had to throw that out there. My fault, Kev. I see you watching, Kev. I just had to put it out there, Compy. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
He said if you booked right, yes, FTR versus the Briscoes will be epic. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Keith Lee needs to return and be a part of the Hurt Business.
Please. You took that shit right out of my mouth, bro. Holy shit. That would be awesome.
Where is he in?
He's in
NXT?
he's in AEW.
Oh, he is
He's in
in
AEW. That's when he
Oh
said
my
he needs to
God.
come back. That
Oh
man
my
would make
God.
such an impact in the Hurt Business as a
They
heel.
need to put him in the
Holy
Hurt
fucking
Business,
shit!
man.
Like, come on, like Triple H, get
He'll
this
be
man.
he'll be
pick up
the-
the phone, ding, 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 ding.
He'll
Come
be
on.
the power force of the Hurt.
Do it
Business.
up. You gotta
Oh
get him.
my
You
God.
gotta get him. I'm telling you.
Please. Would be dope to see WWE versus. Does that say RHS?
Another Wrestling Federation,
Other
NWA.
wrestling-
Yes.
That would be really
Yes.
interesting.
Bring the Bullet Club back.
I mean,
Brian said, Kevin said, would be dope to
AEW.
see
Oh.
WWE versus AEW, other Wrestling Federation, NWO. Yes, AEW and NWA. That would be awesome, man. So awesome. Like that's what
would.
people want to see, man. Like bring it. Like open the door, go click, 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 open the
I
door.
didn't know doors made a click, click, click sound. I
Shut
thought
up.
They made a knock.
All right, knock,
or,
knock.
Or a twist and
Smart
creak
ass
sound. Not
yeah,
a
whatever.
click sound.
Smart ass. Anyway, we were talking about Kenny Omega before. We forgot to mention about Kenny Omega with Moses. He won the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship.
I feel like he deserves it.
So he,
I feel like he deserves. I feel like he deserves.
I see him in a couple of years coming to the WWE.
it. Of course,
I see him and MJF. My man, it'll be over.
man. This new gen.
It will be over.
Triple H is actually doing something that I enjoy. He's making the new gen look good.
It's good.
He's
It
making
is looking good.
He's making the new gen look very good. Like
He said,
Vince McMahon.
Wancho, what's up, brother? Happy New Year. He said it's getting personal between father and son. That's right, goddamn. I'm out. It feels so great to be back, fans. We
Yeah,
appreciate being
it's
back.
really
All
good.
jokes aside, we have
Yeah.
our fun. We do whatever. But it feels great to be back. And we love talking wrestling.
Remember WCW World War III 60-man Battle Royal? Imagine WWE versus AEW
Oh,
versus
shit.
New Japan
Oh,
versus I don't
damn.
know what the last one is. But
New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh, shit. And Ring of Honor?
Oh, Ring. I was gonna say Ring of Honor. I just
Wowzers.
wasn't too sure.
You know what, Bradley? You just gave the encyclopedia of pro wrestling an idea. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We'll be in touch, sir. We'll be in touch. We got shit to talk about. We got shit to talk about. Anyway, when you got shit to talk about, you know, when you talk about people, you know, you stir the pot about all that shit. You're a controversial person, right? You know, you be controversial. Which brings us to our topic of the night. The most controversial wrestlers today. And when I mean today, I don't mean today. It could be anybody. Any fucking body you bring up. It could be...
Bring back the Triple Cage from WCW.
I don't know if they'll bring it back, but that would be cool to see. That would be cool to see. You know, when you talk about controversy, there's many WWE wrestlers, even in the past, not even from WWE. Many, ding, Shawn Michaels right off the bat. I told you right off the bat that Shawn Michaels was one of them. Shawn Michaels is probably one of the most, if not the most controversial motherfucker in professional wrestling.
Definitely.
I'm sorry.
Definitely.
I am sorry. He's
definitely high on that list.
He has done it all in the WWE.
Everything I could think of.
The man went from losing his smile and from, unfortunately, doing addiction, but he did triumph.
He did.
He came back.
Bounced back.
He got his life back. That's what I respect
He carried
him
WWF in the 94 and 95.
But the question is, what the hell made him so controversial? We're going to start with Shawn Michaels. Let's go Shawn Michaels.
There was a lot of things that made Shawn Michaels very controversial.
Like what?
One, when he was young, you know, he had that, you know, pride attitude. He had he was one of those
Nobody was going to beat him. Nobody was going to do shit to him.
He was one of those attitudes.
I was untouchable.
He had the charisma. He had the looks. You know, Shawn Michaels had the speed and everything, but he had that attitude that he was like, yeah, I don't care about nobody. I'm untouchable. I'm the highest person in the world. He had an attitude like that, and that's what made him so controversial, because not many people thought the same, but also people also thought that Shawn Michaels was exactly the way he was.
Okay, all right. Bradley mentioned Vince Russo. Vince Russo was an asshole. In his opinion, he said he made the Attitude Era what it was. Bullshit. You didn't do a damn thing. You sounded just like Shawn Michaels. Oh, I made the company. No, my man, that's what makes you guys so controversial.
That's one thing I can give Shawn Michaels props to. Due to the fact that Shawn Michaels...
The main one was Vince McMahon that ran the fucking show.
I mean, technically, Stone Cold kind of...
Yep, Kev, you're right. Best spinning kick in the business. That super kick, perfect.
That's why that was his trademark. I can give Shawn Michaels props to.
I give him props, but he was still controversial.
He was controversial. He was
doing that quack shit all the time. Like, okay, what am I gonna do next?
But he carried WWE for a little while. He had WWE on his back, even though he was cocky. He had it on his back for a little while.
Of course,
that's why I give him the props for it.
No, he carried the WWE for a while, but he was poor in fucking business.
He did.
He did not want to do business the right way.
Not at
all. You needed to know how to do business.
Chris Adams had a better super kick.
I think he might be right. No,
okay,
I think he might be right, because Chris Adams his super kick was lethal. Like when he super kicked you,
night.
He was also controversial superstar too, because there was a time he did a storyline with Gino Hernandez, God rest their souls both, that he was blind. But back then, not too many people took light into that, because they were very, very sensitive to shit like that.
He was literally blind?
No. He wasn't blind.
That's crazy. I'm about to say, that's crazy.
He covered his eyes. Like, you know, like he was blind, but many people hated the shit. And then they had to change the whole thing. But he made him controversial after that he was this awesome heel. Great heel when he joined Gino Hernandez. Yes, Bradley, I remember that. SummerSlam against Vic Van Vader. He pretty much stomped on his head because Vader missed a spot.
Dang.
He stomped on his head. He cursed at him. He did all this crap. I'm like,
Oh no!
Like my man,
we
for
would have
real,
been
like-
fighting for real.
No,
after
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
Like,
Vader-
I'm not letting somebody just stop my
Vader
ass
was
like
on the
that.
floor. Vader was on the floor. He couldn't do anything.
Once
So
once
we
you give me
like,
the opportunity
okay.
to get up, we're throwing the dukes.
Like
You're not-
so, no. So that's what I'm saying. I'm sure that there was something going on.
Well, it must have.
I know that backstage something happened.
Definitely
and I would have knocked the shit out of him.
I would have
You
did the
kicking me,
same.
I
You're
would've beat
kicking me in the
bejesus
head.
out of
Don't let you better not let me get up.
I would have cut your hair.
He didn't want to drop the belt to him. Oh
No, he didn't,
okay.
because Vader was supposed to be champion. But
I wouldn't
because
want to drop the belt either.
because to Vader.
No, I thought like Vader was the champion.
No.
Then I would drop the belt to Vader. Yeah, of course.
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
thought like it was the other way around. Now that's understandable.
Oh no, Dave, WCCW was definitely kayfabe.
It was kayfabe at
It
its
was
best.
definitely kayfabe at its best. These guys had storylines like crazy. Like even at points that the Von Erichs at the time, the three brothers, when they would really get hurt, these women would cry for them because they would think it was so real and controversial. Like
Dang.
shit. Like that, you see right there. Vader was supposed to win
Was
and
start
start a feud with Taker after that.
Oh.
And they didn't do it because of Shawn Michaels' pride at the time.
Oh, so this was Shawn Michaels' fault.
Exactly. Look,
Oh, okay.
WCCW punched each other for real.
Dang.
Like they went motherfucking in. Like, hey, take that.
right.
You know, but
Dang.
it was tough. It was tough. Back then, wrestling was wrestling. You know, not the shit Vince McMahon was posting up now and doing all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Now, it's starting to come together again. But nothing can ever defy the 80s and 90s. And 2000, maybe to 2010. That's
I was
it.
gonna say see you said it better than I was. I was gonna say like 2005.
No. 2007 was pretty good.
It was alright.
With WrestleMania, with Batista.
The WrestleMania, okay,
Batista against The Undertaker. John Cena against Shawn Michaels, which was
That
a,
was
which
a-
was
that
a
was
hell of a
pretty good
match.
match, yeah, that was
You know what I mean?
That was a good one.
He said so many guys started in WCCW, USWA, of course, and then they made it to WCW or WWE. You know, that's how it was back then. That's how it was. You know, it was controversial. The territories were very controversial. And one of those controversial figures was Ric Flair. Woo! Ric Flair.
Definitely Ric Flair.
Ric Flair was pretty much.
That man's been through so much.
He's been
man.
through
This
so
man
much shit.
cheated
I can't
death.
even-
This man's had fines left and right. This man's done things he wasn't supposed
No,
to. This
he-
man was one of the best in the company. Like, God, there's
Listen,
a list for that
Listen,
man.
you saw what happened in the dark side of the ring
Nah, see,
with the plane ride of
Plane
hell.
Ride,
What
yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's some crazy
Man,
shit.
that's crazy.
That's some crazy shit. Like my man. And
Wow.
then you come back and wrestle again. Like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, he's mad
Like,
old.
retire, my brother.
You're old, man.
You're great. You're my
Hey.
listen. You're my brother's favorite wrestler.
Listen, I
But
gotta give it
I
that.
can't. You gotta.
He do gotta let go, but
Cuz,
you gotta give him
listen.
props though. At least he can still move like that, and he's old. Man.
Listen,
come
you
on.
saw
now.
that man.
Come on, you don't see a lot of old people move like that
in
now.
the turnbuckle, like
Dad, you don't see a lot of old people moving like that.
retire.
Like, I'm not saying he has to wrestle in professional, but at least he can still move like that. I want to see you move like that when you're his age.
Hopefully, I would too. Hopefully,
Because
I would too.
it's not just like he has like these mega bones.
That's
like
because
he's old.
he's indestructible. That freaking mama.
Yeah.
Yes, Hulk Hogan was also controversial too. We were
Yeah,
gonna get
for,
into him.
being
He was the
racist.
first person with creative control. Yes, and racism.
Being racist.
Bullshit that he did. You know, and I'm a huge Hulk Hogan fan.
Yes.
But that shit was wrong what he did.
Yeah, that was very.
You know what I mean?
I'm not a Hogan fan at all. Let me not say I'm not a Hogan fan, but
I'm a
I don't
huge
really
Hogan
like
fan.
Hulk Hogan
But
like
what
that.
he did for that nonsense was wrong. That was ridiculous, and what he did. Yeah, he
it was.
apologized for it.
I mean,
yeah, they brought him back to the WWE.
I mean,
Hall
but
of
still,
Fame.
you did it,
But there's
though.
still many people
You're
that
about to
don't
say,
that
right.
feel he shouldn't be back. He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. If that's the case, there should be somebody else that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But I'm not
I'm
gonna
about
name.
to say
I'm not gonna name that
there's
name.
actually a lot of people. That
No, but there's one specific person that shouldn't be on that Hall of Fame. But I'm not gonna name that person. We're controversial. We're mature, but that's. We're gonna leave that topic. We're gonna leave that offhand. So, but Hogan turning heel saved WCW. You're absolutely right.
It did.
You're absolutely
It
right.
indeed
No, not
did.
Snooker. I'm not gonna name on any names. No names. But Hulk Hogan was a controversial figure. Why? Because there was many times that he did not want to lose to certain people. You know, you gotta make.
I think like back then, that's how all people did business.
No, I understand. But if you're trying to mold a business, if you're trying to pass a torch to somebody, that's not the way to do business. That's not how you do
but-
business. It's not Warrior. Guys, I apologize. I'm not going to mention the name. I'm not saying who it is. You guys can keep guessing. I'm not mentioning anybody. Raven inside the ring. Raven inside the ring. The crucifixion. Yes. Outside sued WWE over being an independent contractor and tried to unionize.
You know who else?
Plus
was
drugs aplenty.
Very, very controversial wrestler. This is just me, but I think Sergeant Slaughter was
Of course,
controversial.
we're gonna get to
What
that
do
in a
you-
second.
I'm about to say,
With
like, I can't
with
forget
this,
him.
The crucifixion caught a lot of people off guard.
I mean,
like you getting crucified, you know, with a barbed wire and like shit like that.
that's crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? I just don't want to say the name. I don't need to. I'm sorry, no disrespect. I don't need to explain why I don't want to say it. I just don't want to say it. So with this going on, with the crucifixion, it was very controversial. Like it was not. Many people took that shit to heart because you know it's a symbol of God. You know, and many believe in it, many don't. But for those that do, you know, many people were offended. But at that time, it was extreme. ECW. ECW. You know what I mean? Cool beans, all right, cool beans. CB? What's CB? I don't know what's that. I don't know what CB is. Warrior was very controversial. Of course, Warrior was very controversial.
I mean,
He was very controversial.
Warrior had me hyped in the ring.
This man
but
had beef with almost everybody.
Yeah,
With almost everybody.
He did him in the locker room. With
Yeah, I remember that, James, that he almost did sign with ECW. But he would have never made an ECW. He would have been
Kurt
like, damn.
Angle almost signed with ECW. Whoa.
Yeah, because of that night, he left ECW.
Oh.
He left ECW, and that's when he went to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said, many people took that to heart.
I mean,
You can't do that shit now because there's too many sensitive
I'm
people.
about to say that WWE would get canceled for doing that.
Exactly. So, you mentioned Sergeant Slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Slaughter was getting death threats.
Didn't he like burn an American
He burned
flag?
No. He didn't burn the American flag. He burned Hulk Hogan's shirt.
He was
at that time
supposed to burn the
they
American
asked
flag,
him,
but then
they
he
asked
burned
him.
Hulk Hogan's
They
shirt
asked,
instead.
they asked him to do it. He said, "Hell no, hell no!
Sure.
You crazy? The man was already getting death threats, and his family needed to be protected. And you gonna make this man burn a flag? Are you fucking kidding me?"
People would have started coming after him. For
New
the
Jack was
flag.
New Jack was definitely controversial.
Jack was
You're right. He almost killed somebody. He literally almost killed somebody. He threw
Sheesh.
somebody off the top of the table, the scaffold. The man landed all the way down. Was crazy.
Did he like do it like on purpose?
Oh
or like,
shit, Kevin just hit the mother load right now. You think Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero was controversial?
See, I don't know too much about Eddie Guerrero being controversial.
Oh, he was.
Chris Benoit.
He had his
I know
demons.
100%, man.
Chris Benoit, we know what the fuck happened.
I'm about to say, if you know, you know.
You know, you know.
you know. I'm pretty sure everybody
It was
in this chat
unfortunate.
knows.
It was unfortunate what happened.
Oh, see, CM Punk is not even controversial.
Not
He's
taking-
Hold
he's just
on.
a-
He's not controversial. He's just trash. I'm
He's
sorry.
a crybaby.
He's just trash. He's
I used
not
to like his
controversial.
wrestling before. Now all he does is
He's
bitch
just
and complain.
trash. Like, yeah.
Listen, bottom line,
Sucks now.
and I'm gonna end this with this show. The issue with Chris Benoit, many people today still talk about. They try to separate his in-ring talent with his personal.
That's one way to
He's a
say
bitch.
it.
He's a bitch.
That's one way to say it.
Chris Benoit was an awesome superstar.
Of course, he was one of the best in my opinion.
But no matter what the hell he does, he will always be remembered for doing what he did. It was a fucked
I can't
up
really
thing
say
to do.
unfortunately because he kind of knew what he was
He
doing.
knew what he was doing, but it was unfortunate for his family.
I mean, yes, for his family, yes, 100%.
It was unfortunate for his family.
Definitely, it was unfortunate.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
with that being said, wrestling fans, our time is up here at Evolution of Pro Wrestling. We appreciate you guys being here. It felt so good to be back. Like I said, we had a rocky year. Unfortunately, we had the passing of my mother, his grandmother. That's why we took so much time off. We had to get our head in gear. We had to come back.
I had to take our heads out our butts, you know.
Yes.
Had to get back on the A game.
We had to get on our A game.
Definitely.
But thank you guys for joining us. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. Which also I would like to announce we officially have hit 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Yes, we did.
And we were also we've been talking about that. We're maybe be using 2 phones to be live on TikTok and Facebook. Oh, absolutely. We're working on that. We're working on that. We're in the process on the merchandise. We're working on that. So we are happy. We're happy we're back. Next week's topic, wrestling fans, we're going to keep it controversial. Why? Because we are going to talk about none other than the Rattlesnake, the toughest SOB ever in the WWE, the life and career struggle and triumph of Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin. For myself, Lewis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
And Jay, the heel kid of pro wrestling.
And from my lovely wife and producer, Yesenia. Thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us. Tune in another 2 weeks as we back for another mature audience only. Viewer discretion is advised.